Namaskar, everyone. So, welcome to Sunday and welcome to Sunday Message. Can we make our life a life of sadhana? I don't have to tell you that you live in a dark world. There are wolves who behave like sheep. You can't trust them. They know how to mask the wolf consciousness with a sheep facade. You can't trust. Planets may be challenging you. The environment may challenge you with its energies. Genes will challenge you. Your own thought patterns from the past will challenge you. Your emotional patterns will challenge you. What a challenge in the human experience. We are not yet in the Satyug where we can have all the spiritual senses heightened. We live mostly in physical senses in this yuga, with a little bit of spirituality. That's the most of us, the collective. But those of us like you have a heightened awareness. So you need to honor that. And you need to live up to it, the heightened awareness. When you gain knowledge, don't waste it. Use it. Don't let it lie inside of you. Use it. That's how you can really realize the experience of that knowledge. But why do we need to make life a life of sadhana? And more so, make sadhana joyful. Why? Because it protects you. It protects you. Notice when you go out there, you are in a different thought space. You're not in this space. You're out there. In a different thought space and the amount of thoughts in the environment. Do you think that you can protect yourself from that just by opening up yourself? No. You'll pick up all the negative thoughts of the environment, all the challenging thoughts. They're going to come into your mind because your mind is open to the collective mind. Unless you create a shield. Your mind is vulnerable to the collective mind. The collective mind in this yuga, you can see it on the world stage. A lot of chaos, battles, violations of human rights, competition, manipulation, greed. That's what you see on the world stage. So when you go out there, all of these patterns will influence you. How do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself? In Eastern wisdom, we use mantra. Mantra. Man means that you need to produce some activity of the mind. And tra, that can protect you. Mantra. How many of you can say honestly that you use the mantra in the outer space? How many of you can say that you have used the mantra so much times that a mantra is more subconscious? It's with you all the time. How many of you can say that you have become the mantra? You don't even need to repeat it because the awareness that you are that comes to you. Or the awareness of the Guru Power Om Guru stays with you. Or the awareness of Om Namah Shivaya stays with you. That is always there with you without even having to say it. It's called ajapa, japa. When japa is no japa. Ajapa means no japa. So when there's japa becomes ajapa. This is called ajapa, japa. Ajapa, japa. Ajapa, japa. When doing the repetition of a name, it's like doing nothing. You don't have to do anything. It's just there. And how you know if it's just there? Because when you are focused on something, it goes subconscious. And the moment you come out of it, it comes back. You don't have to remind yourself anymore. How many of you have taken the mantra to that level? How many of you? And how many of you remember that you exist in God? You're not alone in this world. Your eye is connected to the universal eye. A drop of water, it's the same like the ocean. Even though you isolate it into a drop, the moment you put it back in the ocean, it merges. Same as a spark of fire. You are that. You're that. You're a spark of a divine fire. Do you stay connected to that spark quality? Do you stay connected to the fire quality? Wow, we are so forgetful. We are so forgetful. That's why I have to sing with you every day. I have to remind you every day. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Try to remember. You have all that you could ever want and need inside of you. The real treasures. Not the house and the land and the family and... No, that's not your real treasures. They are the things that you need for life in the world. They're not the real treasures. You came and meditate, you played with it, and you're going to leave it. There's nothing in this world that you can take up to the other side. I always remember, I love coins at one stage, right? The old coins. And I would dream I have this golden coin in my hand. And it's so clear and vivid. And I'm telling myself, this time when I wake up, I'll have this coin. As vivid as it will be in my mind, as clear as it would be in my mind and in my possession, I'm saying, I'm going to have this when I wake up. You know the story, right? When I wake up, the hand is empty. There's nothing we can take to the other dimension. That belongs to the dream world. This is a dream world. This is a longer dream. Everything belongs here. So the reason for this whole experience is for you to wake up to who you are. That's the goal. But in every moment, you can be aware. You know, when I came out of this freedom experience, all limitations are gone. I had to put myself back into the consciousness of the world. It took me months to come back into this human experience, but I never lost the inner space. I learned how to act in the world, but not be in the world. I learned how to act in the world in a state of freedom. But because I didn't have to do it, it kept me. When you get into that freedom state, you cannot but be aware of the divine within you. But before that, I did a lot of sadhana. And that helped me to stay in this divine space. But when freedom came, oh my God, I cannot come out of this. So I wanted to challenge myself because I knew that my life would be about sharing this experience. Being the teacher, I knew that. But I thought to myself, people will say when you begin to teach them, but you live in the clouds. You don't live on this world, and you don't know the kind of troubles we have and the kind of experience we have. I thought people will challenge me. Guess what I did? I dove into the world. I immersed myself in the world just to be like everybody else. But even as I went into the world, I stayed aloof. My consciousness allowed me to stay, to be completely human, because I rose to management position, right? So I had to use power in the human experience. I became completely human in my behavior, but divinely so. That's what I love about the Christ, right? Fully human, fully divine. Cursed the fig tree when it didn't have anything. Completely walked with everybody in the human experience, but fully divine. Went through all the challenges in the human experience, the condition of the space around him, Kali Yuga, the dark Yuga, but never lost the consciousness of self. He cried in the Garden of Gethsemane. He said, Father, please take this cup away from me. Became human. And then after a little while being there and realizing the enormity of this mission that he had, he says, no, I'll do your bidding. Fully divine. You see him on the cross, being pierced, having a spear pierced him in the heart. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Divine, fully divine. So the more divine consciousness we can create in the human experience, the more we'll be able to stay in the midst of everything without losing it. So that's the goal, to become divine in the human experience and stay so deep within in the human experience. So we could be divine and we could yet be human. We could embrace the human experience. That's what I do. I do everything like you. So when I moved away from the world, the secular world, and came into this, I'm still involved in relationships with people. I'm still growing an organization. I'm still working hard in the organization, managing it. But never, never losing the divinity. Because my life is a life of sadhana. To this day I do it. I come here for the midday meditation. I'm into the discipline. I'm walking around. My walking, my talking, my eating, my everything I do is in that energy space. We can do it. All we need to do is to center in divinity, center in our best self. And if perchance we have the gift of grace, we'll feel God is with me. God is with me. So we need to take our sadhana to that level where we can feel that God is with us no matter where we are. And no matter how separate you feel from the divine, it's only an illusion in the consciousness. We call it Maya. It's not the truth. The truth is that the divine is with you at all times. The divine is you. Wake up to realize that the divine is you. And that sadhana must become a lifestyle. It should stay with you all the time. When you're out in the world, mantra should be in your mind. Change the energy of the inner space and create a shield around you that nothing can touch you. If I walk in a shopping mall, that's what I'm doing. And especially so when I gather in spaces where the energy is in such fluctuation, it makes me stronger because I stay in mine. I stay in mine. Can you take up the challenge? To make your life a life of sadhana and begin to enjoy sadhana so much that you will enjoy repeating a mantra. You will enjoy becoming a little more aware of the energies that surround you. When you get so humanly caught, you cannot pick up the vibrations of the other levels. But if you're not humanly caught, if you're not limited just to the human senses, you'll begin to feel all the vibrations of the space. That's why we need to use every chakra in the sensing. Every chakra can sense. You have smell, all the different chakras are connected to the senses. So it can sense the world. Root chakra is smell, sacral chakra is taste, navel chakra is seeing, heart chakra is touch, skin, and throat chakra is hearing. So if you become sensitive in all these chakra areas, you will not only be sensitive to the human plane, through the human body, but you will be sensitive to the energy spaces as well. And you will know exactly what kind of energy field that you're in. And that's the kind of consciousness you need to have. And you need to be so with the divine that intuitively you will know how to deal with everything. You need to be with the divine. In you I exist. In you I act. In you, I experience the world. In you, in you, in you. That's the awareness you need to have. So more and more you get into this consciousness, no matter where you are, you're naturally in the consciousness of sadhana. That is what makes this ashram special. Because I constantly hold it in my field. Constantly. And I don't need to sit in the temple because everywhere I sit, and I sit everywhere, even on some of the stone pillars around, energizing every space that I am in. I walk this earth of the ashram, energizing every space that I am in, holding it in that divine consciousness. So when you come here, you come into a special space. Know the power you have to channel God's energy into the space. Know it. And don't make yourself vulnerable to this world. Don't. And be careful of the patterns of the inner space that are still within you, that will come up to haunt you. You have challenges not only outside, but inner ghosts within you. You need to clean those patterns. So it requires more awareness. And I'm very happy that those of you who come here to this space to do sadhana with me, I'm extremely happy about it. And my thinking now is that in September, I don't want to do all of this streaming, but I want to create a space of sadhana here. You come here and you meet with me, you meet with the space. Right? Of course, I'll be in connection with all of you, but I don't want you to depend only on my streaming because I've done so much. Now, walk the talk. I haven't decided fully how it will happen, but this is my thought. That come September, I want to not stream as I do now, but I want to gather you here. Come and do sadhana with me. Come. But of course, I will still be with you on my balcony talk. I will still be engaged with you. But I don't want you to be caught so much in this live stream with me that you don't walk the talk. I feel more joyful when you walk the talk. I feel more fulfilled, more uplifted that I'm changing your life. I don't want to keep on piling messages to you all the time. This one message here can make a difference for the whole month of September. This one message, if you take it seriously. So I want to wish all of you a happy Sunday. A joy being with you always. But I don't want to spoil you with too much. You have to learn to become strong. And you have to learn to walk the talk. Have a blessed Sunday, everyone. I'm with you always. Namaskar.